One does not simply take a leisurely ride through the Ocala National Forest on a dual sport motorcycle. Every trip into the forest is an adventure of its own. A constantly changing gauntlet of deep sand, loose terrain, hidden obstacles, and countless opportunities to make a fool of yourself. It is unforgiving and relentless. Every mistake, no matter how small, is met with immediate lesson in physics, usually from the ground. But that's also what makes it special. Beyond the endless miles of sand lies a side of Florida that few people ever get to see. Vast pine forests, hidden trails, crystal clear springs, and stretches of wilderness that feel a world away from the crowded highways and strip malls most people associate with the Sunshine State. Getting here isn't easy. You'll need a capable four-wheel drive vehicle, a side-by-side, an ATV, or a dirt bike. And perhaps that's what makes it so magical. These places aren't handed to you. They have to be earned. What you're about to watch was filmed in February of 2026, shortly after adventures with how he purchased his Husqvarna FE 350S. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a ride through one of Florida's most remarkable places.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming along and being in this video, watching it with me. I'm kind of watching it right now as we're coming back. I'm doing a voiceover. I didn't really make a script for it, so we're just kind of getting my hot takes as we go. So yeah, this gentleman here, he was part of the Florida Adventure Trail Exploration Group. We did what they call a slow ride in the Ocala National Forest in February of 26. I had recently just bought the Husqvarna, so we were out there and I was riding the new bike. Super exciting. But yeah, this poor guy, he just kept crashing all over the place. Super nice guy though, I don't remember his name. But yeah, I'd definitely ride with him again. He cared. That's all you can really say, right? But yeah, we had a mix of terrain while we were on this ride. The gentleman that put together the ride, his name's Rick. He, I guess, had been trying to do this ride for quite a long time, and it would just continue to not be able to do the route that he chose because of the water that is standing on a lot of these trails, especially during the wet season. But this is February, so you don't really have that. You know, it's a little drier, so it's kind of nice. Only downside, a lot of dust. But yeah, this ride that we did, it was roughly 40 miles, 50 miles, something like that. And like I was saying, it kind of takes us through a bunch of different terrain. You'd have old water holes that were all dried out that had some mud in them, but you could still navigate through them pretty simply. But yeah, we're going on a fairly packed sand road at this point. Yeah, it was a great ride. I had a blast doing it. What we were doing is I was the tail guy, so whenever we would get to an intersection, the lead guy, which was Rick, he would stop, and then they would wait for everybody to get there, and then as soon as I got there, the lead would take off, and I would follow up behind, or like a sweeper, I guess you should say. I don't remember the terminology. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this section here was just super gorgeous. A lot of like trees coming in and encapsulating you. And then this spot here was kind of fun. I don't want to say technical, but it was kind of technical. You know, you're going through a little slow. I was probably in too high of a gear. You could hear my bike kind of chugging. But yeah, like I was saying, they stopped. We all got together. Boom, they're heading off. And then I follow up behind. Yeah, so we started this ride a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. I want to say it was either 8 to 8:30, maybe 9 even at the latest. I've been trying to look at the time on my phone to see what time we were doing this. But yeah, we met up at the trailhead at 8 for sure, and then we headed out. The ride itself was roughly 4 hours, and I used one battery the whole time on my camera, which is kind of crazy. It recorded basically the whole ride. When we did start, when that gentleman did fall, it was probably maybe 20 minutes into the ride. And then basically everything from there on is recorded. And I went through, cut stuff out, and really sparse this down to about 20 minutes. But yeah, we're just waiting for everybody to get together, doing a quick little water break, and then heading back out onto the trail. This trail is, like I said, a little more hard packed, so it's not, you're not struggling as much riding on it. If you know anything about riding on sand, you want to keep your speed up, and you're basically being like a boat. You're planing on the sand and just giving it power so you don't sink down. This trail right here, super cool. It gets pretty narrow, and like I said, it kind of encapsulates you, and it's just like such a cool little spot. Tons of places like this throughout the forest. It's nothing too crazy. Right here, we're going to be on one of the numbered forest roads, I believe this is, and then we dip off onto one of these side trails. So it's super cool riding out in the forest, because you'll be going, you'll see a trail, and you just take it. You go out maybe a couple miles on one of the main roads, and you're sure to see one of the trails leading somewhere, right? That's kind of the fun of it, just going on an adventure and seeing where it takes you. So we're starting to get into that was a little more looser sand, and that trail brought us out to an actual paved road. I think this might be Highway 19, if I'm not mistaken. And this is gonna take us I think we went maybe 3 or 4 miles up, and then we're gonna take a left, which is gonna take us out onto another trailhead. And as you can see, me being me, I want to go fast, so I'm just back here weaving, bee-boo bopping, and boobity beebing, and bee-bop-a-dee-bee-dee-bee. Okay, that was kind of stupid, sorry. Yeah, so there's the trail going back onto some more sand. Basically, all of the Ocala National Forest is just going to be sand. You're riding on sand the whole time. It's just varying levels of compactness, pretty much. And this one looks to be pretty solid. Okay, so this little section we're coming up on here is probably one of my favorite sections we rode the whole day. It just feels so prehistoric. You just see it, the pines that are a little more, interspersed, not as up on each other. Then you got the palms and all the other crazy stuff going on. And it's just like, it feels like you're on the set of Jurassic Park. You're waiting for a velociraptor to come out. You're looking for T-Rex. T-Rex ain't there. The velociraptors are kind of screeching in the background. You hear, ah! And then a man scream because he just got his arm ripped off by a T-Rex, and you're like, oh my God. That's what's going through my head the whole time I'm riding out on this. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up here, and we're gonna just kind of feel the vibes on this section that's coming up, because it's one of my favorites.
I'm feeling so divine. Life can be so wonderful. Open seems so light. Nothing's gonna bring me down. I'm feeling so divine.
Feeling divine, I'm feeling the vibes. I feel like it's more than just a feeling, what we could define. Let's break through the ceiling, see what limits that we could defy. Cause I could do anything I want, it's for me to decide. Bring you up to speed, take the wheel, let you drive. It's alright on a dark road, let the fire in us be the light. Day and night, yeah, we only seem to free our mind at night. That's just life, that's just how we pay the price.
I woke up today feeling like royalty. The sky is dripping gold and wrapping around me. Life can be so wonderful.
You good?
Yep. Roughly. All right.
This one should be pretty easy to get up.
That's here. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Oh no. me
I
get
gotcha.
forward a little bit.
After helping our fellow rider up, we decided we were going to continue. At least I was. He did continue, don't worry. We didn't just leave him out in the woods. But yeah, we continued down the trail, you know, just enjoying it, man. Like I said, this portion of the trail was probably one of my favorites. And it was great. Here they are stopping and waiting for us. We meet back up, probably drank some water. I'm pretty sure we drank water, and then we continued down until we got to one of our only obstacles in the whole day. There's just this big giant puddle blocking the road, and you don't want to just, you know, go sending it through the puddle. You don't know how deep it is. You don't know if there's anything in there blocking it. Blah blah blah. So we just kind of went around, looked for alternate routes. Didn't really see anything, and then we found a little more narrower section that wasn't too deep, and we were moving our bikes across that way. Here I kind of put the tire down, or the front wheel down in the muck and the slime, and I'm trying to power up through, maybe get the front wheel up a little bit. I suck, I can't do it. Looking back on it now, I didn't even move my hand off the clutch, like WTF, bro. So yeah, I eventually got help. They were like, oh, you should try to go over here. Boom, powered out, and then the bike came right up. One big plus for this Husqvarna, dude, so freaking light. I swear, it's like a bicycle some days. I forget that it's only like 250 or whatever pounds. Whereas the gentleman that was riding in front of me, he's got, what does this say, Honda CRF Rally 300 or something like that. I don't remember. You can see it though. It's like the Rally whatever edition. But this bike felt like a freaking freight train compared to the Husqvarna. It was just heavy, man. I'm like, god dang, this thing is like dealing with an elephant, whereas I got just a baby little pachyderm in my Husqvarna. Little baby pachyderm, not even like an embryo yet. It's just the egg and the ovaries of the elephant, right? Okay, I'm not good at this, okay? Give me a break. And then this is Rick, the guy that was putting on the ride that kind of got everything put together. He found like a little log. He's going to try to ride across it. He got his front wheel across. That's pretty sweet. Like, I definitely wouldn't be able to do that. I suck at riding. But that back wheel, boom, sank right in. He does have a little hookup, or yeah, some webbing, not a hook, webbing up on the front fender, and I just grabbed onto that. This log right here that the wheel's jammed up against, the wheel wasn't going to roll over it, so I just picked the wheel up and got it over for the most part, and then Rick was able to just power up over that, the rear wheel. Yeah, so after everybody got across the water hazard, if you will, obviously we jumped back on the bikes and we started going. We're boogity 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 going down the trail, and unfortunately getting out of my favorite biome of the day. I need to go back and ride this. I haven't ridden it since, but yeah, I need to go figure out where it is on the map. I do have this route saved on my Onyx account, so I can go ride it pretty much whenever I want. It was pretty nice that Rick, made a GPX file of it. Yeah, that is obviously going to be a big puddle there. Most of these mud pits that we're kind of going through right now during the summertime when we get our rainy season are going to be giant puddles, kind of like that guy right there. And you kind of have to skate around the outside of them because, yeah, it might be shallow, but you don't know that. Some of those pits, they're pretty rutted out, as you can see on the previous clips. Then we get back out onto a paved road. It was at this point, the gentleman in front of me, he said he'd had enough for the day, which I don't blame him. He had eaten it quite a few times, so he just continued straight back onto the trailhead and ended up heading out. I know he's in the Florida Adventure Trail Exploration group, and I see him every now and again. I need to add him as a friend. He's a good dude. I'd probably totally ride with him again. And then super soft sand. We're in that sugar sand, baby. We're out of that nice hard pack stuff, and we're getting into the deep stuff. every now and again you would come across a little patch that was solid, which, you know, would be super nice. Like this looks a little more solid, but right here is how most of it looked. It was all pretty sugary, and then portions of it where it was just like, boom, that's deep sugar sand. And as soon as you hit it going at speed, you could feel your bike kind of bog down a little bit, and you just got to crack that throttle a little more and just power through on it. But yeah, I enjoyed this portion of the trail too, because there's like long swooping turns, no whoops or any crazy stuff. Obstacles were pretty minimal. I don't even really remember any obstacles. Some of those bumps we were hitting though, like it felt like you were getting like 30 feet of air. You're like, oh man, I'm a freaking motocrosser, and you're just extending the suspension. You didn't get a wheel off the freaking ground. You're like, I kind of suck. Yeah, there's that super deep stuff, and you just, like he's doing right there, you just got to power through it. You know, crack that throttle and get going, because speed is your friend in the sand. Anytime you slow down, you're going to bog down, and it's just not going to be fun. You're going to be fighting it. But yeah, this is, we're getting pretty close towards the end of the ride that we had. Coming up is going to be, yeah, this spot right here. It reminded me of Africa. I did some time in the military, and when we were overseas, we went to Africa quite a bit. And this whole spot right here with the sun and everything, it just screamed Africa to me. I don't know why. But here's the big fall that I had. Boom, on the ground. You can hear me like, yeah, so what happened is the guy in front of me, he slowed down. I didn't react fast enough, and instead of using my rear brake, I was an idiot and used the front. Too much front brake, boom, kick that wheel to the left. Next thing I know, I'm ass over tea kettle. I'm going out. My left arm was spread up, and I took the fall mostly to my left ribs and my left shoulder. Right here, I'm just kind of being a big baby and just like crying. I'm not crying, but I'm just like, this is sucks. This is sucks. I do not like it. This is sucks. But yeah, I mean, we're maybe like 3-4 miles away from the end of the ride. I was really not looking forward to it. And I'm trying to start my bike up, and that first time I tried to start it, it wouldn't start. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucked it up already. But here's a nice little slow-mo of it. You can see me being able to do it. Oh, just groaning like a big baby. Oh, man. And so this is post-fall. If you look here on my dash on the left side, you see that little light? That'll come into play in a little bit. I'm kind of a fucking idiot. But yeah, the last couple miles out, nothing but whoops. Whoops for miles, and my ribs are screaming, my shoulder is killing me, and I can't ride fast right now, because if I do, I'm gonna probably shit a brick, because I'm in pain, dude. So I just take it nice and easy, going over these humps, just going and boop, 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 boop. I could hear my chain. I could hear, like, the chain was like loose. I needed to tighten it up at this point. And it's just like scraping on the chain guide, and I'm like getting pissed at that too. If you look on my handlebars, that little swinging thing, that was my phone mount, that broke. And then, you know, the guys waited for me. I really appreciate that. Like, they were super awesome. Rick, he actually gave me a ride home after this, and like, everybody helped me load my bike up into Rick's truck, and, you know, super solid group of guys, just taking care of each other, out there riding, just trying to have a good time. This is on a Saturday, so by this point, I'm gonna say it's probably 11:30, noon, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there, and we're getting side-by-sides and ATVs and everything coming back. So those side-by-sides are coming, and I accidentally stalled the bike out, and now it won't start. And immediately my mind goes to, great, this bike is effed up. I screwed it up on that fall, and now I'm gonna have to pay a bunch of money to get it fixed. But if you remember, probably a few minutes ago when I said, you know, that light on the dash, that little amber light, Yeah, my low fuel light is on. I'm an idiot. At the time, I had just the stock tank. I want to say it's maybe just shy or just over 2 gallons of fuel in it. And I didn't even think about that. I rode the bike out to the trailhead, stopped and got fuel maybe 15 minutes away, so probably like 15, 20 miles out. And didn't think, oh, I might need fuel during this. Well, I'm an idiot and I did. Luckily, one of the other guys, he had a fuel bottle. He let me use his fuel. He rode with me the whole time after the fall back to the truck. And you know, it's just, like I said, a bunch of good guys. I can't recommend joining the Florida Adventure Trail Exploration Group, or FATE as it's called, enough. Just a bunch of solid guys out there just trying to have fun, go out and ride. They do a bunch of organized events, like Rick put on the circumnavigation of Ocala this year. So they ride around the whole entirety of Ocala. It was about 120 miles. Pretty cool. Anyway, we're coming up to the car park where everybody's parked, and that's the trailhead where we started out on. I do appreciate you watching this video. If you stayed all the way to the end, please subscribe. If you saw anything cool, comment down in the comment section. If you want to let me know I'm an idiot, comment that as well. I don't really give a shit. I just appreciate you watching the video, and I hope to see you out here again. Everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.